Have you ever noticed the strange silence that fills a room when a group of friends is physically together? It's a scene we see every day in cafes, living rooms, and parks. We are physically present, yet our minds are miles apart, wandering through digital landscapes. There is a profound paradox at play in our modern lives. When we are together in the real world, we are often alone on our phones. Yet, we often feel more together when we are inside our screens, playing games or on video calls, because that's when we're actually doing things as a group. It's as if the best way to avoid being distracted by your phone is simply to live entirely inside of it. We aren't talking about a distant, futuristic problem. We are talking about ourselves. We are living in a world increasingly driven by machines, and it's changing the very fabric of how we interact. We often imagine the tech apocalypse as a dramatic sci-fi battle, but the reality is much more mundane. It looks like us being driven in circles, held hostage by drop-down menus and gadgets that distance us from our own bodies and our natural curiosities. In the past, when we had a question, we had to sit with it. We might wait until we could phone a friend or look it up in a book. But today, we don't phone friends anymore. We friend our phones. We have an infinite library of knowledge at our fingertips, and while that feels empowering, it comes with a hidden cost. Early research suggests that this instant access is actually making us lazier and less smart. We've traded the effort of thinking for the ease of searching. We were once sold the dream of reaching out and touching someone through technology, but the irony is that we have never been more connected and simultaneously more out of touch. We are drowning in information, but we are starving for true connection. To fix this, we don't need to be anti-technology. We just need to be pro-human. As we move into an era dominated by AI and endless digital noise, we need to practice 3 old habits to keep our curiosity alive. The first habit is to pause. It sounds almost too simple, but it is incredibly powerful. The next time you feel that reflexive urge to reach for your digital pacifier, that moment of slight boredom or awkwardness when your hand automatically goes for your pocket, just stop. Give yourself just 1 second of space. Why does 1 second matter? Studies show that waiting just 1 second before taking action allows your brain to function significantly better. It breaks the cycle of mindless reaction and allows you to decide rather than just react. This tiny gap is where your own thoughts have room to breathe. The second habit is to wonder. Think about the last time you watched a movie. Did you find yourself immediately Googling who the lead actor was, how old they are, or what else they've been in? We'd become obsessed with immediate facts. Try to resist that urge. Let yourself float in your own curiosity instead of immediately drowning it in a sea of data. There is beauty in the not knowing. When you don't have an instant answer, your mind starts to make its own connections and ask deeper questions. Wonder is the engine of creativity, but it can't run if we're constantly feeding it prepackaged answers from a search engine. The third habit is to ask a question out loud. We've become so used to finding answers in private that we've forgotten how to find them through each other. The next time you're at a dinner party or a gathering, put the phone away. Instead of playing footsie with your device under the table, engage in the room. Ask a question to someone you thought you couldn't learn from. Ask something to someone you think you already know everything about. Real curiosity requires vulnerability. It requires admitting we don't know something. Because the truth is, the dumbest thing we can be is a know-it-all who has stopped asking questions. We are the generation that remembers what life was like before our pockets were filled with infinite distractions. We remember when presence and curiosity were the default, not something we had to practice. But the next generation is watching us. If we want to teach them how to be together when they are together, we have to model that behavior ourselves. We have to practice these old habits, pausing, wondering, and asking, to ensure that human connection remains at the heart of our world. So, the next time you're about to dive into your screen, take a breath, look around, ask a question, and let yourself wonder.